as well.
I can tell you.
You know what we're gonna watch,
bro. I've watched it and cried, fam. Real life.
Which one?
Your highlight, your biggest highlight, bro.
Oh, the Leicester stuff.
Yeah, we just want to watch it with you. There.
Oh, calm.
I know you must have seen it. How many times?
Too many times. But honestly, like, it was funny because Poet messaged me like, "Who you coming with?" I'm like, "Me." You think I'm coming with?
Bro, because I'm thinking I'm getting food as well. So I was like, bro,
Nah,
you're actually just coming on your ones. That's mad.
I said to you before, I wouldn't have done this anyway. Like, if it weren't for anybody else, I wouldn't have done this.
We were meant to do it time ago anyway, remember? We were speaking about
remember,
it. It's good, I think, now. The timing's
FIFA,
good.
like, Copa?
Yeah.
I was like, anything you need, just sort it.
How come? But the thing is, I'll be honest with you, like, no matter what, bro, because you're in FIFA, man. You're a Premier League footballer. You're a respected professional. Like, your character, some of it just doesn't make sense to me. You're so down to earth. You're so normal. Like, even when the game on the weekend, the Arsenal game, Donny's just chilling out with Teeth, having a little drink, watching the football. Bro, you're so human. It's mad.
Because it all goes. That's why. Comes and goes. Comes and goes. Like, literally, 10 years time, if Watford, let's just say Watford go in a champ now and just become a mediocre champ team, and no one talking about me, but you'll know the connection from me anyway. You get what I'm saying? So I just take everyone for it how it is. That's why the AC thing made me like. I've never heard of this guy before that.
Yeah.
Am I wrong in saying that? Should I know who he is?
No, you're just keeping it true.
Yeah, but like when it was that, I literally go, nah, because you're now going. Like, he tried to come at you the day after and that as well, didn't he? About your house or something.
Yeah, about the beanbags.
But you know when you're like, so you're now trying to go, because you intellectually couldn't handle a conversation, you're now trying to measure your success off what? Material things.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Come on, like, it's like money comes and goes and that, like,
trust.
You're still going to be who you are at the end of it, ain't
Exactly.
it? So
I think this is a good time to introduce. Should we start?
Oh, sorry, we were just chatting.
No, we were.
No, chatting.
We could use all that. Should we?
Yeah, we can use all of it. I don't care. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, not at all.
Anyway, Poet Vuj podcast. We're back again. Obviously, we did Ian Wright. Had him on the sofa.
Yeah.
We did Rio Ferdinand. And now we've got a man that we both look up to.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Associate with, feel connected to in some way. Troy Deeney, Watford, and
just damn right dude, isn't it? Just that guy,
dude.
just out and about, always around.
Yeah, it's just so like even like I can even say like, bro, you don't understand. Even little things like I made a trainer for Hector Bellerin or made for Puma and Hector Bellerin wore it and Artovich wore it. Like that was a mad thing for me. But bro, when Tees messaged me and then even when we've seen you and just how your whole approach to just coming down and it's not a big deal. Like you don't even know how much of a big deal it was to me. I'm hitting people up like Troy Deeney's here, bro. Like this is mad. Like this is crazy. The Puma event. Yeah, and then obviously Miles was there, and then we had the whole. And I'm like, but you're still a professional footballer. Like I'm just so confused. I was so.
Just came down. Did he tell you it was coming?
No. About half an hour before.
Half an hour before. Told you that I'm coming down to the event. I'm just like, what?
I'm sorry. I
was at Spotify before that.
Oh.
Yeah. I was at the Spotify event with my missus. And obviously, you know who I run around with, and they were like, we're going to go to that if you want to come. I was like, yeah, Poet's thing. I didn't even know that was on. Come, let's go. Because I'm not in tune with London lifestyle, innit? There's something on every night if you really wanted to be in tune with it. But I'm just like, I look out for certain things. Obviously, you'll have a nice, I'm supposed to wear it today, I'm not going to lie, but I left Birmingham at 6:15 this morning.
Don't worry, bro. Wait, let me brush your ego a little bit first.
No, forget my ego.
I want to rub your ego. Poet made a shoe with Puma, and Hector Bellerin wore it, and Arnautovic wore it, and scored. And Arnautovic is Serbian, which I love as well, a bit more. There's something I'm in the universe there. Troy Deeney came down to the event, and now you're telling us you drove down from Birmingham right now.
Yeah, well, I trained this morning, so went to train, and that's why I texted a bit late. I was literally just rushing my gym session to finish up, and then I come straight from there to here. That's it. No, spoke to the missus. You want to keep it all the way real.
Yeah.
We just sold a little like a table unit.
Okay.
So I just dropped that off to some lady in Boreham Wood. And then carried on come through. Yeah, so the lady had a bit of a surprise when it was me that was dropping it off. She's like, huh? Wait, you play football in it? I was like, yeah, but you bought it off my missus, so there you go.
That is so. Let me tell you something. If I bought something, I was like, cool. Then Troy Deeney turns up. Bro, I'm looking around the house like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what she was. But I was in a rush to get here, so I was like, I don't mean to be rude. Where do you want to put it? Put it in. It's gone. Straight out. Yeah. That was literally like, what, 1:45? And then I come straight here.
The people's champ.
Nah.
100.
Nah, that's Righty. Righty's people's champ.
I think you're one of them.
No,
though,
you're definitely
bro.
one of them as well, bro.
Nah, Righty's my champ, though, so I can't.
I think he's all of ours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't,
All of
you
ours,
can't
yeah.
we
take
call him
that.
Uncle.
Yeah, he's just a sick guy. Last time I saw him like properly face to face was in Apple Shop in Stratford, Westfield.
Oh, imagine walking in the Apple shop and seeing
literally,
Ian and Troy.
mid, it's probably like Wednesday, like random day in the week. And he's took his phone. I'm getting a new phone, and we literally just chatted for half an hour. Bare people going, they're supposed to be together, like yeah, sick. But that's my guy, man. He's the legend.
Absolute legend. I mean, I don't mean. Go on, what are you gonna say?
I say you share kind of similar stories though. That's what's so. I think that's what one thing I really connect to is your story. I really do like stories, even more from meeting Vuj and hearing Vuj's story. I'm just like, raw, like I'm not the only person that's come from a weird background. There's like loads of people that have come from backgrounds that's not conventional, but they don't use it as an excuse not to, an excuse to like to fail or anything. It's like that's a motivational tool for them to realize that they can do more. And in football, it's so rare because you just have stories of professional footballers that have come through the ranks and been at a club since they were 8, and then they get released at 16.
But the strangest thing with that though, bro, on the real though, there's so many stories like ours from you get people coming from different backgrounds and then making it into whatever the way of life. But people, I wouldn't say they forget that, but they start going, I need to be a bit more polished and walk away from it and toe the line. But think about it in terms of football, loads of kids are from like low income housing.
Yeah.
That's when you're scouting. That's where you go.
Football,
that's where you go looking. So, but people then they get into it, get a bit of money, and they start going, I need to be media trained, so I don't want to lose this. But the biggest thing that sells in this world, like we were saying just before, is authenticity and being real, and that's what people connect to. And then after that, you get your customers and people come. And then after that, the big people come in it. Like you guys were at Copa when I booked up with you. Like that was a while ago.
Now we're here in the living room.
And I'm chilling.
We're filming our weekly show on the streets.
But when you think about it though, how much more relaxed is this to how that was? That was a 45-minute slot.
Yeah, it's a
quickly paid fee for being able to get in and out. It was quick.
But that was like, I guess when you're in different environments, that was always mine and Poet's thing was, we know we're in this environment. Yeah. We know there's a limit. What's the maximum we can get out? And one of our goals always was, how do we treat players as humans? Because we always felt a player is a human at the end of the day. Yeah, they're not this crazy star. Of course, don't get me wrong, I was gassed meeting Beckham and meeting
of course.
Neymar.
But,
you're kind of
the thing is, we are as well. That's what people forget.
Yeah.
Like, if I booked up David Beckham now, I'm taking a selfie quick. I don't take selfies. I don't take selfies with my kids or anything like that. But I'm like, Becks.
Of course, it's David Beckham, bro.
But people go, well, you're in the industry, so you must instantly know him. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like David Beckham just walking around everywhere.
Yeah. Just comes into training grounds and go, like, what's happening?
Have you ever had like maybe those moments where you've come up from a certain background, and then you're having to maybe toe the line, or you feel like
you can tell we're in the ends now, innit?
The microphone's
falling down. Callum, do you know how to tighten it?
This thing.
How to do it? Oh.
It's been going up and down so much. This is a mad thing, bro.
Microphone issues.
You got to tighten that part.
This one here. It's just in the mad weird position.
Come on, let's get Richard Branson. Nice and virgin tight, my brother. Sorry, as we were.
Yeah, toeing the line, like coming up. You're obviously in a professional football game now. Did you ever feel like, oh man, I can't do this. I can't say that. And then,
bro, you know who you're talking to, right? If you saw about
I know, man.
Never. You know the maddest thing is for me, it is toeing the line in terms of you are, I hate the word role model, but I am classed as that. But like everyone likes me because I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I know it's so easy to say I don't care, but I don't care about someone's opinion of me. Like if it's a criticism and it's not even if it's constructive, I'll listen to all criticism and probably take a little bit on board. But I've got this thing that, and my missus gets it now, but when I go home and I shut my door, that's all that matters to me. All the outside noise is whatever, innit? Like you think about it now, you can argue with somebody like, hey, come in, shut the door, see kids. They don't care. Your dad then, innit? Like, you know, and that is it. I've got to provide for them, and can't be in a bad mood because we lost, and come home and the kids go, oh, what, we can't talk to you now. No,
It's a whole nother world you're stepping into. That's mad,
Just
bro.
I've always been really good at separating what's real and what's fake, and that's why I'm not so big on the Instagram stuff, and I'm huge on like pushing it to like my little brothers and my kids and that, like Instagram it ain't real. Like as I say it before, you never see anyone posting a picture taking a shit, do you?
I did it once.
Did you? Yeah, you know what? To say you did.
You know what's mad though? You know what's mad? I posted that it was me taking a shit and I covered my my penis, and then I put like my thumbs up and I was like, have a nice. It got mad comments. And at one time I ended up working for Liverpool, and before I actually did the job for Liverpool, they went through my social media. I mean, unfortunately, they never found the stuff that should have been deleted.
Yeah.
But they found that photo and they were like, "Can you delete that?"
Yeah.
I was like. But this is where I found that problem of towing the line, because me back then much more involved with being a Liverpool fan. I was very on it, and now you've got this kind of opportunity, and you're like, I can go talk to players, but in my I can't lie, bro. In my heart, it felt wrong deleting the photo, even though it's a photo from 5 weeks ago, me taking a shit. I'm like, that's more me.
But that's the thing, though. That's
but
what
I did,
saying.
bro.
Like, you deleted it.
I don't regret it because. In the long run, that never worked out.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because people found, they found other things that I stupid shit I did back in the day. And the food too. Go on.
The brother has come in a whip. I respect that.
Delivery switching up.
You saying you're done with the bike? Just come in a whip. And you got a...
Come on. Food's here. This is becoming a staple. I think people are looking forward to that as well. Deliveroo.
It's too rainy, bro. It's too rainy.
But I can appreciate that, but I don't know.
No, I made a mistake. I would say now, looking back on it in hindsight, because I interviewed the players and I didn't even enjoy the job that much. Because even there, you can't really be yourself. Yeah. Because you're towing the line.
Because you're essentially working for them.
And that's why right now, whether I don't get another penny in my life,
you're happy.
I don't know for what money or experience or whatever would I do that again. Like, this is it. Like, I'd rather sit here with my boy on a sofa with you and...
But you know what? I rated that as well. Obviously, I don't know the full ins and outs of it, but when that whole situation happened and you were like, all right, cool, we come as a 2, that showed huge ratings for me. I'm a loyal person like that as well.
Yeah. So am I.
It hits home a little bit more because many people, again, we don't have to say names, could have easily just went, oh, lucky mate, we're still cool after this, but I gotta earn this money left, right, centre. So
I think
jump in when you're ready.
That was obviously a very interesting situation that happened with Poet, and I had something happen with me like a year before that.
Okay.
So I kind of already learned like the internet is a crazy place, and I do genuinely feel I don't like judging people. Yeah. Because I come from a background where I've seen a lot of bad things, but I don't judge those people because I think a lot of the things they do is because of their experiences and because the life they lead a lot of the time.
Learn behaviours.
And for me, like I was growing up, I was like a class clown. Yeah. So for me, it was always like, how do I survive coming to London as a kid, and like coming from a different background was. It was make people laugh. Yeah, it was always I'll be a class clown, and that was it. Like I kind of just learned that. And I took that online, and I'd say ridiculous shit, which I wouldn't do now because I still like fun stuff and having fun, but it's mature.
Again, you know the line, innit?
But stuff got brought up from before, and it was like dumb shit. And then I lost the job with Liverpool. I had a couple of weeks off from Copper and stuff, and then it was weird seeing the reaction when you see who backs you, who doesn't back you. You kind of see what's happening.
Find out who's real.
Then you find out like rah. And then when it happened to Poet as well, because of his old tweets and stuff, you're kind of watching it going, rah, this is mad, you know. Like you're losing jobs. People are forming these opinions of you, and because I know this man in and out, I'm like, that's not his true character. Of course. And then, but I stay quiet. I decided to stay quiet because I thought, well, let me see how this plays out. I was interested because that's how I did it with myself. I was like, let me just see how this plays out.
But you know what the maddest part is? The authenticity and originality sells, but we want to now create that originality. We don't want to actually let it be true to you, but like you can be mad and wild and outspoken, but just don't use that word and that word, or don't touch that subject.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
It's a weird time, isn't it?
Yeah, I just don't get it. And my big thing is, I say, go home and everyone else they don't really care if you're Troy Deeney or not. It's Troy, innit? But when I get up in the morning, if I get up and look in the mirror and I wash my face and I go, I ain't happy with myself, I'm going to do something about it. Get up in the morning, wash my face and stand there and go, right, I've done everything I can to be a better person, and that's it. And just keep trying. Don't get me wrong, I got to make mistakes every day. Do you know what I mean? But it's life.
You got to
innit?
learn from the mistakes. I think that's what one thing I've done is I've said to myself. I'm going to definitely move on to stuff that you've been through as well.
Yeah, of course.
When you're going through that kind of deep, I don't know, pain, or you've made a mistake and an error and you don't know how to deal with it, I've learned much more from that and my errors than winning.
Of course.
Because like the wins are easy to, bruv. Like it's the biggest cliche, but now like deeply in my soul, I feel I've learned more from struggling than winning. You know,
100%.
And obviously, I want to reflect that back onto you and maybe like go into your background.
Yeah, if you go in, bro.
Before you even move on,
You
the
don't
one
know
thing I
what to
definitely
talk
want to talk
about,
about though is like the reason why I commend people like yourself and Ian Wright and Vuj is because we've come from an era where there was no social media really. So we had to make all of those mistakes because there was no blueprint. No one had made them mistakes prior to us. So we made the mistakes because we began to think that the conversations we have in our household are a reflection of everything in the world. It's just because we were in a small world, but we were young. So I feel like me thinking like that makes perfect sense. I didn't travel. I didn't leave the country. I left the country like one time as a youngster. So my world was North London. That was my world. So in North London, this is acceptable. As you go into the wider world and you see how things are, that's when you begin to educate yourself.
It's so mad because like,
but just to finish it's crazy that now that we have the internet and all of these things, people ignore that as a possibility because we're now actually open to more information. So you can actually see that person just needs to be enlightened. Like there was one incident, without going into too much detail, from Bernardo Silva. He's tweeted something a bit inappropriate in my eyes, and I have no problem with it, but I have a problem with the response to the situation. So it's like maybe in your world that you live in, that's an appropriate thing to say. But when you go into the wider world, you have to understand you might offend somebody. So don't say that. So for them to respond like the way they responded,
Is a question though.
Go on.
And it's not, I'm not just talking about it, I'm just talking about it in general. Because we've come from before the internet, and this is going to sound bad, but bear with me, and an era where mental health wasn't always spoken about. And I feel like now we've come into this culture where it's not blame, but like we're just trying to duck out of everything. Like we can't go, do you know, like there's an excuse as to why everyone signs on. There's an excuse to why everyone's got disabilities. Like sometimes, you just have to shut up and life throw some punches, you know. Just sometimes. Sometimes.
I am with you.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, there's people that need help and fully. Again, I've been in these places when like with depression and stuff, but I've never again. There's people that have gone through much worse and a lot worse than me, but I've always gone right, cool. Next, like we got to get to the next step. But I think now, we all know this player, and anyone that's watching, we all know this. There's always that one person from school was sick at football.
Yes.
Played for the local whatever. He's now working wherever, Jaguar or Dunlop or whatever, doing what he's doing. If I didn't hurt my knee, I'd have been a bad boy player. We all know that person.
I know that person.
We all do, and you can probably name off 15.
Yeah,
but,
bare female girls.
But then you go.
Boyfriend. Oh, he used to be a footballer.
Injury.
All right.
Yeah, but then it's like, why don't we now praise the ones who are actually going? Nah, like I was in the same environment as you, but I made it out this way. Yeah. It doesn't have to be football. I hate when people go, "Oh, you have to be a celebrity to praise it." What if you went out to be a teacher? What if you went out to be, you know what I mean?
100%.
I don't
praising normal, not normal, but socially normal.
That's another question. I've got this thing because me and my missus are from completely different backgrounds. She's from like a middle class background, and obviously I'm from a low income one. So we had this big argument when we first started dating, which was, what's normal? Because she would say, "Oh, this is normal," and I would go, "That's normal to you.
Yeah.
What's normal to me, and what's normal to you and to you?"
Yeah.
Like, made a comparison. What's normal to The Rock? He gets on a plane every other day, goes to a different country. Yeah. That's normal to him. That's not normal to me. I can't relate to that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you have to teach, like you said, enlighten me and teach me as to what's your normal.
Mad, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Now I'm starting to understand it. But like, I need praise, innit? Like as a boyfriend, I'm not the best boyfriend. I'm selfish. So I'm like, yeah, but I bought you flowers, and that good. She's like, that's normal. I'm used to getting that. Like, wait, but I don't do that. So shouldn't you be telling me that that's a good thing? Yeah. So that's like, just little things like that we had to work.
But you guys, whenever I see you guys together,
Sure.
I don't know what it's like at home, but I feel very. I feel happy seeing.
I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know when you see a partnership, it feels and I don't say this about many people in their relationships. Most people, I think their relationships are trash, including most of mine that I've been through. But I've learned from them.
Bro, I'm recently divorced, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like, no, I know what you're saying.
But like with your partner at the moment, whatever happens, but I don't know. When I look at you guys,
I would say on record, that's me done, bro.
Yeah. No, it feels like that. I look at you two and I go,
sorry to cut. Cam, do you want us to eat?
I think he wants to eat.
Nah, take your time.
Grab your food.
No, I'll go in a minute. Trust me, I'm a wolf.
It's so lovely to see because I'm like an energy guy.
Yeah. That's kind of where I've got started taking to.
I don't really like. You know when people, this is one thing. Bro, we're gonna go on so many tangents.
Just do what you gotta do. But this is how I like conversations.
This is what I always find, and this is, you know what I also like to say is like, go for it. It's like, we as humans, right? I'm always speaking from my experience. Mm-hmm. It's something I've done. So when I say you and them and people, it's something that I've been through. So at one point, maybe I thought, I want to do good for the world. Mm-hmm. So I'd be like, we need to change the world, and politicians are bad, and if we do that, and we're gonna. And I was very kind of passionate about this, thinking that at that time that was the truth. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't at peace with myself.
100%.
So how could I change?
That's 100%.
No, but then I was like, how could I? But then I realized why I was doing it. I was like, okay, I've had a tough upbringing. I've had many things happen to me in my life. I'm from a war zone country, and you want the world to be better. Because you're like, no, this can't happen, and you're actually. But then I was projecting my inner injustice and anger on the world. But I myself at home can't sit and be in peace. So how can I change the world to be peaceful?
That is mad.
True.
But that's what I'm saying is that people doing.
I've been the biggest hypocrite.
Bro. I'm 100% have been a massive hypocrite.
If you break it down, bro, all human beings are massively like. We just fight with ourselves all the time.
In conflict, right?
Yeah, always.
Changing.
And like even when you're in a good space, like I'm in a again, I don't want to act like I'm a tough guy. I'm not a tough guy. I'm just a normal dude, but. I had certain ways of handling certain issues before obviously going to jail and realising that you can't do them kind of things anymore. And I have battles with myself now, to this day, when I'm like, I'm not going to like touch on that little subject. I wouldn't have been able to keep my cool in that. Not for wanting to act tough.
Speaking of an AC poet?
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm only getting to the point now where I can understand that I can hurt you more with my words than I can with my, like I can make you look stupid. So I'm a smarter guy than people think I am. But like when you're growing up in the environment, it's, what'd you say? Yeah. Cool. We go and handle how you got to do. Whereas now you go, is it worth it?
Yeah. So
is it worth
matured,
it? And I'm trying to tell other people like you can learn from mistakes and be better. Yeah. I'm literally like, unless you punch me or hit me.
Yeah.
There's no problem. There's no problem. I'm just a cool dude.
I think we have we all three of us, and this is why we connect as well. Like we have such a unique, I'd say, perspective on the world because of where we're from and what we've experienced. And
but then, know what? I think a lot of it comes from, like you said, the injustice in that. But not a lot of people are willing to look internally. That's the key thing. That's not me. You didn't think this was gonna be deep like this, did it?
No, I did. I knew. I watched a lot of your content, so I know.
But you've got to look internally and go, do you know what? I'm doing X, Y, Z wrong. When I fix that, I've still got to learn the rest, and there's still other things that happen along the way. Yeah. But you've got to learn to fix that first. 100%. And then when you can wake up and they go, what have I got to do today? Generally, go to work, make sure the family's happy. Get back home from work.
Better make sure you're doing the simple things.
Yeah, that's all I've really got to do. I ain't got to do all this extra stuff.
It doesn't mean anything, innit?
I don't have to do this if I didn't want to. Do you know what I mean? I could literally go, nah, I'm not in the space to do the talking and that. I just appreciate you like doing your thing and just keep it moving.
We appreciate you, bro. It's funny that you're talking about the internal thing as well because I think I've changed a lot from hanging around with Vuj. I never had anyone like Vuj when I was growing up, but I always realised I didn't fit in certain environment. It was very much like your mum, and then you felt obligated to have confrontation because that's what you've been taught. Then you get older and I'm just like, even little things like to Vuj now, I say I just want to have a good time. So I realise I'm in control of that. So if you bring up the AC thing and it's nothing to do with like
I didn't want to do because I think people then
it doesn't matter.
Bring it up and it's
I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Know that.
But it's a good example for me to say the reasons why I do things like that, like walk away. I realised that time, at that present moment in time in my life, there's a way I want to be perceived. There's a way I want to conduct myself. There's a way I want to feel. And I was gearing towards feeling something I didn't want to feel.
Yeah.
And I can be honest and say to you, I've had therapy before, like
Yeah,
mad
same.
depression. I've had to go and sit down and talk to somebody about my problems. And one of the things they always said to me was, don't place yourself in an environment that you don't feel comfortable in. So if I ever sit down and I'm like,
You'll feel your
I'm
trigger
not
points,
comfortable.
innit? You'll feel
I'm
you
gonna
feel your trigger
go.
points. Yeah.
Because someone might be,
I've been through the same,
do you know
same
what I mean?
thing. Yeah.
Someone might come in and meet me for the first time, and that's their first impression of me going mad. And it's like, but I'm in control of this. Like, I just got to walk away. And I just feel like that's better for me.
What you kind of said was very interesting that connected with me was like feeling like you don't fit in.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of my life growing up, and obviously I came to this country at 5 from a totally different environment. And then I moved around 13 times in London.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So it was
Is
never
that everywhere
and
as well?
uni as well. So I was 13, 14.
Yeah.
And, from West London to North now.
Okay,
so I
yeah,
live in
yeah.
North now. But and obviously most of my life experiences were with ethnic minorities. They were with Caribbean people, African people, Asian people, Eastern Europeans.
Do you know what? This is funny. Sorry to cut you there.
Yeah,
You
go
know
for
what's
it.
great on that? I was speaking about that with someone the other day because they say like racism and that. I'm like, nah, because you know what? It's circumstances. Because in low income housing, you're looking after your neighbour. You don't go, it's just a white guy there. That's
Nah,
an
yeah,
Asian
yeah.
guy there. You go, you got some milk, you got some sugar.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the environment in which I was brought up as well.
Yeah.
So like I struggle when people say like racism is like it's embedded in people. I'm like, nah, you're taught that.
I think taught
And
as well.
you see it as well, and sometimes, and don't get me wrong, in some situations, like I got an uncle that something happened to him many years ago with Asian guys, cut his face, robbed him or whatever. He now doesn't mess with Asian people off that. You can understand that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you've had a near-death experience of that, you go, oh, I just don't mess with any of us. He's not racist, he just says, I don't mess with you. I can understand that because something's happened to change your perspective on it. You can't just go to school and go, you're a black so-and-so, or on social media, you're this, that, and the other. Like,
It's weird,
come on,
isn't it?
like, it's weird.
It's just,
like,
but I
people
find
are
it even more weird because I agree with the concept of what your friend has, but I don't even agree with it again because it's like I don't understand how I can, if I believe in God, I say to Vuj, the world has been happening for 2019 years, and off the back of my small experience within life, something can happen to me, and then I go, I'm not dealing with that anymore, knowing that the world has been happening for so long, and there's so many other experiences you can have with this type of situation.
100%.
And it's
But
just
you've
like,
got to go
tough,
off the.
that's-
You've
It
got
is
to-
tough.
I'm about to
No,
say
of
it's a
course it's
personal
tough.
thing, but what we spoke about though. Go, bro, go. It's internally, like I'm saying, like
It's how you internally deal with it.
I didn't do the internal thing until I did.
I want to tell you guys a
Until I
story
did
as well. Yeah.
counselling and social working and
Bro,
all of
it
that.
changes you,
Yeah,
innit?
because they break it down and go, all right, talk me through the incident that got you to here, to why you lost the plot and you went mad. You're looking a bit depressed there.
Oh, we're going mad with this podcast, bro. What?
You're looking a bit depressed there, by the
What-
way.
what happened?
Food's come out the
Oh,
side.
you need a plate.
Food's come out the side.
What do you want?
Grease
Rice and peas,
everywhere.
by the way. Rice and peas or white rice?
Any food, bro. I'm easy. Sorry,
But I feel like-
you go with what you
I
want.
feel like going back to like not fitting in. I think that's what the gift is. When you realize, because that happened to me from a very young age, was I kind of realized, okay, you know, I'm moving around a lot. The world is my environment. You,
100.
it doesn't matter what. This is how I generally view the world. It doesn't matter what race, color, gender, whatever. As long as your energy is cool and we can conversate.
100%.
This is why I struggle maybe now to speak about these things when you're seeing how the current narrative is. It's very divided and.
But that's the thing, bro. Everything has to have a narrative. Why can't it just be an energy? Like
But
everything.
even that's an energy in a way. I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you say, but we're always having to
It's hard to explain.
always having
this.
to explain the narrative of what you're talking about.
Whereas I don't really have one.
No,
Like,
I'm just saying. But I would just like.
yeah,
I just like to talk,
yeah.
and I think that's the biggest thing that people don't do. We all just go, this is this, and this is the way the world
Box
is.
it up in
Yeah,
it.
and then what are you getting mad about, bro?
Yeah,
We're just
Culturally, then it's funny that
We're
you
just
say that.
talking, yeah.
Culturally, where you? Do you feel like I'm asking? Where are you from?
Oh, Jamaica.
Jamaica.
I looked
so-
it up. So you turned down Jamaica twice.
Did you? No, I don't blame you, fam.
No, do
It's
you know
your
why?
problem.
Do you know why I turned out Jamaica?
Sorry if that was a bit of a draw.
I'm like, here we go again. No, but genuinely, like, where I turned down Jamaica, I've never been there.
Okay.
Oh,
I've
really?
got family. I've got family that live there,
Connect,
but
okay.
I've never. It's never interested me.
Right.
I'm a kind of guy that. Why am I going to go there and play football, and represent a country that I've never been to?
Doesn't make sense.
Fair play.
And then if I did, because I thought about going and doing it, and I was like, if I did do it, and we're talking to my miss about this last week, so this is why it's fresh. If I did do it, every bit of money I got from that, I'd then put back into Jamaica. I wouldn't actually take any money because you're stealing from the land essentially. And but like I said, my nan and that lived there, and my uncles go out there all the time. But me personally, I have
You were
no
born here, grew up
I
there,
have
yeah,
no
yeah.
interest to go there.
Yeah.
Have no interest to go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Tokyo.
Yeah,
Does nothing for me.
There's more connection here.
Yeah,
which
but
is
like
natural. It's your environment.
So
that you-
certain places around the world, I've looked at it up. I'll be interested to go there. So I was in Antigua this year.
Do you know what?
Do you know what I mean?
Who would you pick?
Where? What do you mean?
Jamaica or England?
Jamaica all day.
You picked
100%.
Jamaica?
Do you
reckon?
know what it is? The reason why it's funny that you said that. I didn't go to Jamaica for a very long time, and I went to Jamaica, and a lot of the things about me that I never understood being in this environment made sense when I went Jamaica.
Yeah.
So even one thing you spoke about was people have a problem with talking. I 1,000,000% agree with you. And within Jamaican culture, I've learned within my family certain experiences I would never share, but bro, they just didn't talk, and they're going through problems 20, 30 years later, and I'm like, if you just spoke about this,
A lot of it's petty as well, isn't it?
petty. When I say petty, bro, like
bro.
mad petty, bro, like
Honestly,
ridiculously.
I like
petty.
to. This is a mad like comparison. Maybe most people won't get it.
Yeah.
But from my experience around, I'd say
Oh, thank you, my brother.
I say-
No. There's a chip in
with
this
you
plate. I would never give
being
you
Jamaican,
chip.
stupid. Honestly, like
How you
Balkan.
go, like from where?
sorry,
Sorry, there's a little chip in the plate. You didn't want me to have it.
Balkan people.
Yeah.
So not in general Eastern European, because Balkan is like Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia, Albania, Kosovo, Montenegro.
Yes.
We are so similar to Caribbean people,
I agree.
bro.
I
we're
think that's
so
why we mean you
similar,
connect
bro.
so much. I genuinely agree, bro.
Bro, because even all my
Do you
boys
want a
that
spoon or fork?
I'm good with this, bro.
all my boys.
Did you want the spoon?
Yeah. That's the real question I should have asked. Can I have the spoon, please?
So similar, bruv. Like culturally, we love to have a good time.
Yes.
We love to dance, drink, have fun, music. We're all from countries that aren't economically doing well.
Yes.
We both have family units very important.
The juice in there, yeah.
Yes, yours.
Yeah, but I'm saying, who's
in somewhere as well.
Family is very important to us.
Very,
As
very
it is,
important.
You're quite
to us right
traditional. Like we're quite traditional. And then you're like, that's it. You can connect with people. It's mad. It's like, I feel like that's what I mean. Like life experience.
now. No, whatever you want. Irish mush.
That's only that in there.
Oh,
I just saw the mac and cheese, and I know that's mine.
That's 100% yours. And it is funny. I'm Buj, I totally agree with
And
you
then there's the
because
struggle element because you're
Yes.
from a place which has struggled a lot and faced injustices. And,
100%.
do you know what I'm saying? So you connect on a manner which isn't external. You connect on an internal level because you've had a similar experience.
that's why I would advise you to go to Jamaica, you know, Troy, because you see that.
No, I'm going to go.
Yeah, wicked.
I've got like this list of things I want to do when I finish football. Literally take. So there's certain places I won't go on holiday now because after the fact I want to go there and do maybe 2-3 weeks. Whereas football you only get 6 weeks off, so you don't have a long enough time to go and enjoy the culture and stuff. So like when I went Antigua, I went to a school. We've been helping out with the school and stuff and putting water and that in there. But we don't. Other than now, sorry, I just get comfortable just talking like normal. But I don't put that out there. Do you get what I mean? I want to go there and I want to go there and touch people and have an understanding and get.
And you do have a foundation, don't you? Like a Troy Deeney foundation where you.
I'm revamping it at the moment because again with that we did a school in Watford and bought
banging.
for kids with autism. So if you notice on my boots, I've always got autism on my boots for like the last 3 years now.
Ross.
Yeah, and we built a school, a playground, so soft play, Astro, but they can learn on it as well. So we did all of that. So yeah, that was like what 3 years ago now, but we did like 50 grand on that, and that's lasts for another 28 years before it needs redoing. So stuff like that's gonna outlast me. Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of thing I'm trying to do it for. Yeah, but I'm revamping this year. And I'm gonna go hard again at it next year because it takes a lot of time, bro.
Yeah, I can
It does.
imagine.
And as I say,
Planning,
like,
everything.
Planning, but as I say, like personally, getting divorced and doing all of that, I had to be a bit selfish and take care of home before I could start helping others, like you touched on earlier, really.
And I mean, my parents went through divorce. That shit was weird. It definitely affected me hugely.
Right, bro. Thank you.
No problem, brother.
How did you find the kind of divorce thing in general?
Long,
Long in it.
because
If you don't mind me asking, had you come from a family where that was something you'd experienced before, or was
Nah,
it fresh
so-
to you?
I'm like, do I give it all away now? Because I'm writing a book as well, innit?
Oh,
Don't
shit.
give it all away, then. No, don't give it all away. Don't
But
give it
like,
all
You
away.
know,
babe.
this will only be watched by Aldeds mainly. But if you
Yeah.
have exclusives that you don't want to give away, then
Nah,
you
I'm joking. genuinely like it's. So my upbringing is, I got a sperm donor. Like my dad would just left me like me and my mum at like 6 months or whatever. Just weren't interested, so I called him the sperm donor. And then my dad, who's dead now, he passed away like 7 years ago. Yeah, went in jail, but he just looked after me, took me on from the age of like 18 months, just treating me as his own. Do you get what I mean? And then just literally raised me to be his own. And then my brothers and sisters now, we don't go like Troy's step or this and that. They're just my brothers and my sisters because we don't know any different from, let's say, from 18 months. You don't know any different. So that's the whole thing. Like that's a broken home. But my dad was a bit of a somebody, shall we say, and obviously those real life situations then come into the home. So it wasn't a broken home as much, but there was a lot of times he was missing through jail and police raids and that kind of thing that many people can relate to. So I don't ever sit there and go like it's some episode of Top Boy or something that I'm living on, but it's literally just I've lived through a lot of things, so I can talk about it a bit more more freely, I suppose.
I think me that's the good thing. I mean, that's what your vision's right. That's the reason why I think we do connect and we do have an understanding, because we actually have come from upbringings which are a little bit more complex than your average
complex background.
Quite complex.
But we class that as normal.
Yes,
because we don't know any different. Do you get what I mean? And
it's so complex, bro.
And then you would look at a family that have, let's just say, mum and dad have stayed together, had solid jobs, kids went to school, went to uni, got a solid job. We look at that as that's the ultimate. Do you get what I mean? Like just from in terms of, again, dealing with your inner self, going, but I didn't have that as a kid, so why do you deserve it? I think that's the kind of thing what kind of happens with people. And so
I was gonna say like that. Obviously, you had divorce happen. You had obviously a tough upbringing with the family, the complex situations, and then you had jail time in a time where you're basically you've not made it, but you've made it. You've signed up for you've signed for a top club. That I think that rarely happens, because even with Ian, it was kind of in his past, sort of before his prime, whereas you were
the last
pretty much hitting your prime.
It's Lee Hughes. I think it's Hughesy. Do you remember Hughesy?
Yeah,
West Brom. That.
Yeah,
Hughesy, and he went prison as well, and it's. I'll tell you what, as a fan, because, and this is so funny, sorry to cut you, prison is very normal to me when I was younger. So when I saw the media, I remember teletext days, I've gone into teletext, and the way everyone's going mad that he's gone to prison, I'm like, bro, my cousin went yesterday. Like, this is like not really a big deal.
Okay. And I think that's why it didn't hit me as hard in terms of going away, because I'm used to it, and I've seen people go away, come home, you forget he's even gone away, you carry on talking. But in a professional sense, it's a huge moment of like waking up and going, now you're a fool, Because I'm not gonna lie, when I went away, in terms of where I'm from, everyone thought I was rich. I had nothing, bro. I had nothing. I had a couple grand, but again, where I'm from, that's massive. But in the grand scheme of what it is to, gonna go away and maybe not have a job when you come back. Didn't even get me through a month. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm paying mum's bills, nan's bills, my bills, kids' schools, all of that. And everyone's going to go, he's got jail. We'll just stop them bills and then double up when you come back, yeah? Nah, they're going out and out and out. And that's when you realise and go, I need to fix up, man, because what I thought was real and what I thought was sustainable clearly wasn't.
That is mad, bro.
So would you say that jail time for you was when you started going more internal and being like, all right?
Because I saw an article. Because you got to remember. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. Go. I was going to say, I just saw an article I was looking at before I came. Because very rarely, but sometimes I do research.
Okay.
And normally I just depend on my personality.
It's pretty good,
but no, it said you said it was like, obviously it's a dark moment. But you went, and for you were like, this was a mad positive. From that is when you went,
because you
fixed up.
In this, probably the 6 to 8 months before that, just moved to Watford, as I say. I'm talking about now, earning like £5 a week. Thought I was the man. I'm going out in Birmingham as well. I'm not going out in London, by the way. Birmingham, you can spend £1,000 and you're doing.
I love Birmingham.
You know what I mean?
Birmingham and Manchester, I love
all the bottles.
Yeah, you're doing everything. And at this point,
shout out JK.
I'm from nothing. That's gang.
Yeah.
Jay.
JK. Shout out JK all day.
But yeah, literally, you think you're the man, and you're coming from nothing. So I don't know how to behave when I got money. I've never seen it, and that's what I talk about. Learned behaviors. You see what's what. I see, and I said this before. People took it the wrong way, but you see, all I had to look up to was either footballers or drug dealers from where I'm from.
Yeah.
And you know, you probably attest to that as well yourselves.
Yeah.
For me, it was builders as well.
Right? That's what, man.
You're an idiot.
But it's true though. It's
It's
true.
true, bruv.
I know.
Everyone was a builder or a leaflet deliverer, bro.
Oh,
But what I'm saying is, you then go, that's what I can see as success, because they have the nice car, they have the girls, they have the new trainers, or whatever it might be that you was looking at as to class as success. They had it all. Why wouldn't you want to aspire to that? That's why I think now it's so much more of a bigger picture when, especially with guys like yourself with a platform, you have to tell the full story, but also go like, now once was like you looked up to that, but there's so many other stories now of normal people. I hate the word normal again, like we spoke about earlier, but normal people do normal things. You can go and you could go work in Birmingham Land Rover. You could work there 8 till 8 or whatever it is, have a property, and I don't know what their wages, let's say 40k a year, and you could be very happy.
Yes.
Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
That might be your,
As long as
that's
you're
your
happy
thing.
inside.
Yeah, that might be your thing. So do it. Who's to tell you that because you earn 40k and they earn 100k, that they're better off than you?
And do you know what?
Or
You're the
happier.
perfect
Yeah,
person to
happy.
say.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, happy.
You're the perfect person to say it. I think I'm a good person to say it. I think Vuj is a good person to say it because we've lived two different. Like when I was younger, my dad done whatever he done. He had a, we were alright. Like, so he was really fully out here, and then he goes to prison, and and then everything's gone. Bro, I went from like if I had like 3 PlayStations in my house, I had everything when I was younger to absolutely nothing, and then I had to learn. And I remember my dad sitting down and saying to me, "Look, you're gonna have to learn to work hard. Like I had to work hard to have what you've met me at the end of my journey. Like
100%.
I've gone through a long journey to get there. So now for you to enjoy that type of lifestyle, you got to start your journey now, type of thing. And yeah, I started my journey, and I can say my equivalent, and I would say me and Vuj, because I feel like me and Vuj went through it just as much. Is my equivalent to jail time was the cancelling, so to speak, because I'm out of work now. And in 3 months' time, I might not have an income. So what the hell am I gonna do?
And there's bigger issues to talk about.
There's big, do you know where I'm coming from? And then it's like, I think at the back end of that, that's when I really learned to control my happiness. Because it was like, I was so happy from not being in an environment. I was like, but I thought that environment was my everything. And now I'm away from it. I'm bare happy, you know. Do you know what? I'm not doing that no more, you know. Like, I'm just not on it.
I feel like at some point, so I think us humans we're like animals of conditioning, like of our environment, and even like experiencing pain and negativity, you can get so used to it, you get addicted to it.
Yes.
And then you keep on seeking.
Right.
So even like, don't get me like, because I've had so many of these mad experiences where there was always a struggle. There was always like emotionally or mentally or physically or whatever, materially, you're always seeking. And let's say you start ticking some of them boxes and everything's fine. My brain attack, you're looking for a problem somewhere because you're like, no, something's gonna happen.
Genuinely talking my life as
Bro, I used to like walk around the street sometimes and be like, no, but everything's blessed. No, but something might.
You get uncomfortable being happy.
You get uncomfortable.
Weird,
bro. It's
bro.
hard, bro. It's
How many times have I said to you,
Fam.
when I look at the amount of, and this is not being disrespectful to any of the
shit.
females I've been with recently, but when I look at my past relationships,
Man said recently, now. How many you been with, bro?
no, I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
But
MTV Raps is doing good for you now.
yeah, brother. But I said I was addicted to pain. Why did I go in my relationships? Why was I subject to that? Why did I say?
Did I tell you that? Did I give you that addicted to pain analogy?
No, my dad did.
Your dad as well.
Yeah, look, I love her peeing. You love her peeing. You're like, maybe I did go. Whatless, that's whatless. Look at you doing it. And he would break it down to me and say to me,
Is he a Rasta, your dad?
well, yeah, Rasta, Bala, Rasta. So his whole thing is like, you know this gets you upset, but you're doing it, so I'm not interested. You're addicted to pain. When you're not addicted to pain no more, we can talk, and that can help you.
Your mum and my dad need. Sorry, my dad, raw. Your dad and my mum need to link up, fam.
It'll be amazing.
I don't think they'll just look at each other in silence and nod.
Yeah.
And that's a conversation.
That's the combo. They wouldn't even speak like us guys here.
And then
That's the podcast. Just,
an hour later, what a great convo. You know?
they're like the Neos in the middle. No, you see your dad and my mum. They're like the You see Matrix?
Yeah.
The black lady that's smoking.
Oracle.
The Oracle.
That's my dad.
That's your dad.
Oh, my dad's the lady with the cigarette.
But yeah, sorry, addicted to pain. You said you had something similar where you're.
No, I'm just saying that's why it is. Even like saying this, I've been with my missus like 18 months. So in that past time, there's times when I'm like, yo, I'm good, you know.
Man.
And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, nah, like I'm happy, you know. Like I'm genuinely smiling and laughing or whatever.
Yeah,
And she's like, again, that's normal. I'm like, it's not normal because I've not had that normality. Because I'm the kind of person that takes on everybody else's stresses. Like, you've got, I don't know, car can't be paid this month. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. And then I try and figure out how they can do it themselves if I can't help out myself, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of person I am. Always taking on more problems because I'm like, I don't know how to live without it. Now I'm kind of going, wait, no, that don't work. Now, if I can help you now, I'm going to figure out a way that I can help you without the financial element. Do you know what I mean? So if you're willing to put the work in, cool, well, I know this person, but you're going to have to do the work. And anyone that, like, if I do a favour for, I hate asking people for things. Like, I'll never ask you two for anything.
Yeah,
like, even when
we're similar as well.
So over the t-shirts,
Yeah.
you wouldn't let me pay, and I was like, dude, I'll pay for them. You're like, nah, it's cool. I'm like, let me pay, because I feel like not you,
No, I get
example,
you.
but in another time it might be like, remember that top I gave you? I need 10 grand, you know. What?
Man.
Could you give
You know
me
why?
a t-shirt?
You know why?
No,
Because you're from
that.
that. You see, when you're from that, that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
you know, I know exactly where you're
You
coming
think people
from.
are trying to get
People are
something to get
always
something.
doing something for something else, and I always say to people, like, I'm gonna do something for you, but don't make a big deal out of it because
Yeah.
I consider this normal. So if I want to be the person that I
You know what's
genuinely want to
mad as
be,
well?
man, just gotta do this. You just have to do this because
Sometimes you could do it so much that then people start taking
Becomes normal.
advantage.
Yeah,
No,
it becomes
but
normal.
But
I'm
then
telling
people
you,
start thinking
but I
that's
can
normal.
smell it.
You're doing it.
Yeah, because you always
when
do
you
that.
stop doing it, you're like,
I can smell it now, though, Vuj. I'm
can't
saying
say-
people, I
yeah,
smell it.
you
And I'm
learn,
like,
you learn,
I say
you
to
learn,
people,
you learn.
what I've done for you, how do you view it? And if they can't give me justification that says in my mind that they appreciate me being it, I just don't do it no more. I say to people like, I don't need
I
to
got a
talk to
one. Anyone can ask me anything one time. Can ask me for a favour one time.
can you pay my mortgage?
One time. But like, do you know what I mean? It is that anyone that I consider close friends, you can ask me more or less anything, just once. You know, like when people go, I'm trying to not put names in, but someone recently was like, can I borrow $3,000 for this situation? And it was genuinely like a fell on hard times. We're trying to figure it out. Couldn't do it. Cool. There you go. By the way, in the meantime of paying me back, let's not pretend that you're gonna check up on me. Because you don't check up on me before. Like, they know when you do something for someone and they're kind of going like, next week, no, I really appreciate that, but like, you all right on that? No, I'm cool. And then 2 days later, yeah, you're all right on that. Just I want to let you know that I really appreciate it. And I'm like, we get it, it's cool.
Yeah.
You come to me, the fact you had to come to me, I know hurt you anyway.
Yeah.
So do what you got to do, figure it out. Pay me back whenever you pay me back.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, let's just keep it
Honesty,
simple.
innit? Honesty,
Yeah,
simple.
just don't try and check it and like, I was thinking the other day about you. No, you weren't, because you didn't do it for the last 6 months before. So
You gotta learn.
no, it's just true. It's just true like that. But
I hear you.
for me, when I do things, I'm genuinely not expecting you to give it me back. So my expectation level is really low. So if I do get it back, I'm like, oh,
You feel so good in
yeah,
it.
thanks. Genuinely appreciate that. And like, that's a real friendship. But anything I do for anybody else now, I'm kind of like, nah, well, I'm not gonna get it back. So I won't do it unless I really can. Really.
All right. Well, I think we're touching on. I think we're all.
We've gone everywhere there.
That's what I was gonna say.
amazing,
I'm gonna try and bring the road back a bit because
Alright,
we've screwed. We've gone left, right, tiki taka.
Because right now, when you have to do the timestamps,
You know what I was thinking about? The title. In my head, I was like, "Fuck, wait, what are we gonna go?" I was
Troy
like,
Deeney on life.
yeah, it might just be that, you know.
Anything.
It might just be that Troy Deeney on
Yeah,
live.
that's what it's gonna be called. Anything. Hashtag anything.
Well, all we're gonna ask is that we need to just come to your podcast as well. That would be amazing.
That'll be mad.
I would love to do that.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. Alright, cool. So before your upbringing, a big impact on you. You go prison,
Mm-hmm.
and then what was your key that said, "All right, I'm shifting"? And how did you start looking inwardly?
I had to do
Very good question.
so to get out on tag, I had to do drug and alcohol awareness courses, and I was drinking pretty bad anyway because like before that, so 18 months before that, I lost my great grandma, my granddad, and my dad in like 18 months. So
How old were you?
23.
So
But
you're kind of already formed as an individual, but then all this happens, bam.
yeah, and again, remember my life went from. So just before I was 19, I was working as a builder.
Serious.
That job finished. Then I go, oh, you want to come and try out Warsaw? I didn't even know where, didn't know where Warsaw was. But in terms of Birmingham, it's like what Watford is to London.
Okay.
It's just outside, but no one talks about it, never heard about it in terms of our community. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. 6 months being on trial, doing the hard stuff, get signed. Oh, this will do for a year. This is how I'm thinking at the time. This will do for a year. 2 years later, get sold to Watford for $500,000.
Woo.
Oh, this will do for a year. Like literally, I was more interested in the signing on fee because I was like, that's the first thing I'd ever heard about. Someone just coming to your house, bro.
That's mad now. It's the wind would have blown the kitchen though.
Yeah, literally, like, I used to think like year by year. All right, so I got this contract, but you get a big sign on fee at the start. All right, cool. And it wasn't. Trust me, it wasn't big, but from where I'm from, it was huge.
Come on.
So I was like, oh, cool. And I didn't. This is how stupid I was at the time. We'll have a sick night out with that, you know. That's genuinely what I thought. Me and my boys would go out. I'll get
I was there.
yeah.
As well, man.
I'll get a Gucci belt. I'll get this. I'll get that. And we'd go out, and I spunked it all in a week. In a week, because I couldn't drink heavy. If anyone knows me before this, I could drink heavy.
So
not I'm a good drinker.
Yeah,
I just love being out and drinking and blacking out, and then cool, let's keep going.
And did you go to the trial for Warsaw drunk?
Yeah, well, I was.
You read it in it.
I was literally-
Research gang.
I was literally in bed, and the guy had to wake me up. Cause I'm like, I ain't got a job
No
Monday.
rules.
So the guy told me on Saturday when I played. Played Sunday League. Went out Sunday night. Shout out everyone that knows about Masons on a Sunday. I was there in Solihull. Was there, and then went home. Got nothing to get up for. 4 a.m, go sleep. Bang, knocking at the door at 9. I'm like, who's that? Like, no one ever bangs that. I genuinely thought it was like the people that my mum owed money to. So like, I've opened. You know when you don't open the door, you open the window.
Oh come on.
I'm like, what? It's like, you got that trial. I'm like, was that real? He's like, yeah. Now let's go. I'm like, oh. Put my boots was still in the Asda bag with all mud and that from the Sunday League. Grabbed that, went, got there. I'm like, now what? I genuinely didn't know how.
You
it
were
worked
literally a
out.
bit
Like,
waved on the
yeah,
pitch.
I'm like, nah, I weren't. I'm always that guy that could get up and go again.
Okay.
But I was literally like, now what? What am I doing? He's giving me a kit and went, oh, I'm gonna go now. I'm like, you can't go. I ain't got no money to get home. He's like, you didn't come out with any money. I went, you woke me up. So yeah, there you go. That's 20 quid. Got the train home afterwards, and just the guy was like, yeah, come back again tomorrow. It ended up being for 6 months. Just kept coming back, and just it just all snowballed, man.
A baller.
Do you know what's so mad? Yeah,
Baller.
that sounds like the start of a YouTube career where it's like you just get into it because it's fun. There's no like, yeah, it's gonna amount to this because like where you're from, you don't really have high expectations. No one not really do anything for you.
But also with it all though, bro, I didn't know anyone that went through it. Like my younger brother was at Villa as a kid, and he was from 6 to 20. He was there. Yeah, my brother's sick, man. And you know, one of them, and you kind of like.
Who do you play for now?
He just plays for Telford now, but when my dad died, he hit him and my sister completely different to how it hit me. Again, being the oldest, you kind of take on that whole, I need to look after everybody, and just hit them differently. And it took them a long time. You're probably still talking. They still probably go through it now, if we're being honest. Like to deal with the actual loss and the grievance of it. But yeah, it's just snowball, man. Like, and I'm the kind of guy that just goes, all right, let's roll with the punches. Until I got to an age where I was like, all right, I'm gonna need to start being tactical and doing what we're doing now and thinking about the longevity of things.
And then you go to Watford after Warsaw, and then how many months or years after that? That was would you say it started going down? So it was when your father passed away.
Yeah, so we're talking
The sauce. Yes, please, family.
second year.
Second year in Watford.
Yeah,
you already kind of
so
settled in.
but when I was at Watford, then my granddad got ill, and I started drinking. I was drinking anyway, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the boys, or Saturday, Sunday with the boys, and you kind of that goes to Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and it kind of, you know what I mean? It just kind of went on to these different nights, and then before you know it, you just drinking, and yeah, it kind of. Going to Watford at the time was probably the worst thing that could have happened to me because internally I weren't ready for it, and being exposed to money was just a whole new different thing to me. And yeah, I was just a dickhead. That's probably the best way to describe it. I didn't know how to handle it.
Honest.
Serious.
Didn't know how to handle it. And then obviously when you dealing with the losses along the way, I just kind of went, this is the only time that. So what football does for me now, I can step on a pitch and I'm forget everything. Like, I don't have any problems, any issues. I'm just Troy in that 90 minutes or 95 minutes. That's what drink used to do for me. I used to drink to the point where I didn't think about anything and I could just go, don't matter. So just keep getting the drinks down me. Songs come on, girls are around, I'm good. Wake up the next morning and go, oh shit. Is that what I did? And then it just kind of snowballed from that really. And as I say, trying to get out of jail with the tag situation, I had to do these courses, and I'm in there with full blown alcoholics, and I'm like, I'm nowhere near as bad as these guys. And then you talk the drug one. I don't do drugs, but I had to do these courses to do it. And you're in there and you see people with real issues and real problems, and then you just get the older guys. Like when I was in Winston Green, a lot of people knew my dad, and they were literally like, if your dad was here now, he'd batter you, And he struck a chord with me, like, nah, you probably would, you know. And they were like, we're not going to do that, because obviously we respect your dad or whatever, but if you was anybody else, we'd be slapping you now. Like, you can't be a footballer, got it all, and now you're in here with us. You're meant to be better than us. And that was kind of how it was. So, yeah, all of these different things of where I was Troy the man with all my boys and that. And we literally went there and everyone was just like, you're a clown, you're a fool. That kind of made me go, right, I need to check myself, you know.
That must be mad, you know, because it's like you're a footballer, you've actually made it to play in for. Yeah,
I was at the champ at that time as well. Yeah,
you're in this, bro. You was in the championship at the time as well, so you made it to the championship. And I used to work in football for a little while, and I can tell you that journey from footballers, the fact that I have such a different appreciation for it, because it's like I've had players like Niall Ranger, for example. We were working with Niall Ranger. We got him a trial at Spurs. Shout out Rich, Mikey Donaldson, got him a trial at Spurs. And they absolutely screwed him over. Gave him like a 3-hour trial, if that. Tyrone and Fabian. And then they went over to Southampton. Richie got him into Southampton. And he would talk to me about the things you have to do in comparison to what we were doing at New River Sports Centre. And the level up you had to be was so mad. So then when he finally got the move to Newcastle, and then he again explained to the difficulties of going from mucking about around here to no, you've got training 3, 4, 5 times a week. Michael Owen's there, Alan Shearer's there. They're gonna stick it on, like,
they're gonna stick it on you. Yeah, they're not gonna let you take their place.
Newfound respect. So it's like I can only.
For me, that wasn't such a bad transition for me, because I've always played older. So my dad, when I was 5, I was playing for the under 7s, and then but like we used to play out on the street, and we'd have like 10, 11-year-olds, and he used to say like, whack 'em. Me and my brother, kick them, don't matter, they're good, kick them, need to learn. And every time like we go down, you know, you thinking about crying, they go, well, you cry, you're going in. You go, alright, and you just get on and you carry on playing. So I've never had that insecurity of playing football against names or bigger people. In fact, it's more of a challenge. I'm like, alright, cool.
Yeah, you look up for it. That's the one thing about you. You look up for it. Especially, I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I know even more about looking up for, you know, big opposition and upsetting them with the way you are as a person. It's like so much more. This is what makes me know football has to be like at least 80% mental. It can't just 100%. Be like
I'll say life is
but you know the other thing with football that what people don't get,
mad mental.
Like I'm going through a stage where I'm gonna go like, people will always go, oh, Troy's this is that, again, subjective opinions, whatever, but you can't have the longevity of doing what I've been doing if I'm not good.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can agree on that. But also, you ask any defender, I'm in their top 5 of who they don't want to play against. Why is that? Because I'm going, cool, you're, I don't know, Mertesacker, for example. And I meant it like this. When I say this, like, he's physically 6'6", big dude, lovely guy.
Yeah.
Away from football, 100% lovely guy. But in my eyes, you're that big kid at school that was stopping me from getting the ball, or you know that kid in year 10 used to take the ball and just blast it. He'd be like, he's a prick, you know. But that's how I look at people. I don't dislike them. It's just you're in the way of getting to where I want to get to. I like to win. I don't want to lose a game and then go on social media and everyone batters me. Like the 8-0 the other day. I wasn't even there, and I'm getting battered. I'm like, dude, what possibly can I do?
You're not
Possibly,
even there.
like, I'm not there. I'm training, icing my knee, and I see this go in. I'm feeling the same pain as you.
That must have hurt.
But-
Boy.
8-0.
Would you get what I'm saying? But like
Yeah,
at
of
this
course.
point, I'm getting messages like, "You're ruining our club," and I'm like, "What did I do?"
Do you know what it is?
Do you get what I mean?
But I think I have such a new understanding for fans as well, because I was and I can say this, in the YouTube era, I was very, very ignorant. And I used to just say
Anyone
things
would
about
get it.
footballers, didn't care. And then you get a little bit, and then you meet them, and now I'm at a point like, bro, nah, man, and I can understand, but I still understand where the fans coming from, because it's like,
I'm a fan as well.
Yeah.
That's the maddest
That's
thing.
their life.
bro, that's their life,
Attach
bro.
your life to it.
fully understand that.
Yeah.
It's an
I
escape.
understand that better than most. I got a Birmingham City tattoo on my leg.
Which one?
Birmingham City,
Oh,
that's my
Birmingham
team, man.
City.
That's them on my
Ziggage.
leg. Yeah.
Martin.
You got
Ziggage.
Ziggage.
So no wonder you
Yeah,
beat
I
us
was
in
there.
2011. What?
I was at the game when we
Bro.
beat you. Obafemi Martin slapped it in. Mad.
I was in a barbershop crying
But what I'm saying is
with Yardie.
there's footage of like them going up to receive the trophy, and I'm going, yo, Scotty, because Scotty Dan me used to play at Warsaw.
Okay.
High fiving him, me and Gardner from the
Scotty
same
Dan?
area. Yeah.
No
and
way.
Craig Gardner and the Gardner family, that's from the same area as me. Bang.
He's a bit of a baller, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Gardner's a bit of ballers.
you see me in some mad neck suit that didn't fit, it was massive. And I'm like, yo, and I'm actually
prom
going mad
suits.
because we beat Arsenal.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
fan, so I could understand that. But I'm also at the same point when I'm going, nah, don't do that on social media and then, like, there's a game tonight when I'm going to go to the game. You're going to be asking me for a selfie. Don't keep it genuine, like, keep it how it is. I understand people can go, I have my feelings because we lost that game. 100% that. But then to lose the game, go online, write what you're going to write, send, and then go, see me in a couple of days. Get a picture, please. Or my daughter wants a picture. Or
But that's what I used to be. I'll be honest with you, like, I've gone at like from Chamberlain to a Wolby, all of these people. But it's because, fam, they're
Those are
so
guys,
cool.
Most
All
of
of them are
yeah.
cool. And it's like, I had to be like, do you know what? I'm the prick.
No, I can't lie.
I'm
No,
actually the
fam.
prick.
We were absolute
Pricks,
bastards.
bro. Like,
No,
bastards.
Paul, we were bastards.
But you know, and do you know what? And do you know why I did it as
I
well?
was a bastard.
Mad insecurity, bro. I loved the attention it would get and all of that. Now I'm just like, what a
No,
prick
same,
I
same,
was,
same.
fam. Like,
Remember Lover and I put a bin on my head.
bruv.
And I was like,
No,
nah,
but that was more
it
comedy.
was
That was
fun.
funny.
Alright,
That
cool,
was funny.
cool,
I'm not
cool.
talking about. I'm talking about
But
the real stupidity.
But that's how I knew you first. Was slagging the Arsenal players.
Yeah, it was there.
Genuinely.
You asked the fan TV before us.
But for all of them, I was going. I used to, but again, I can say
Same,
to
I
you,
used to
when I'm,
go at
like,
it.
I was,
I
bro,
get you.
Arsenal was my absolute life try. I don't think people
No, I get
understand.
that, I get
Like, Ian Wright and Arsenal, there was nothing. I've cried not going to games. I've cried at games. I cried in the 06 final, like tears. Like football has meant so much to me, like so much to me. So when I feel like someone's doing something an injustice, I'm gonna go crazy. But I wasn't even young enough to. I wasn't even old enough or mature enough to understand that, bro. How can you expect these guys to play great every game? Because the analogy I used about FIFA was the analogy I had on myself. As far as I'm concerned, on Football Manager, bro, your shooting is 19 out of 20, or on FIFA, you're shooting 80. So, bro, you got to finish this. And
Yeah, I
you
understand
might have had
that.
an argument with your missus in the morning. You just might not be in the mood. You might have lost
No,
something.
what
Like,
could genuinely happen? I've been in the stand.
I'm a tramp.
I'm saying, I'm real. I've been in the
You
stand.
were a tramp.
Yeah, I were a
You
tramp.
live good. You live it good now, bro. I see all the trainers everywhere.
Jarring.
But just to let you know, there's no Pumas, so whoever works there,
But there's
I
one
get
Puma
some
today.
money back.
Hey, what size are you actually?
I'm a 10, bro.
I'm gonna give you my beats. But go on.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah, so what I was saying is I've been in the stands going, should have just done that, you know. And I feel myself doing it even now, and I'm going, Troy, what are you talking about? Because when you're actually on the pitch, same way if you played Sunday League or whatever, there's always someone going, oh, switch it, and you're like, to who? You can't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because everyone now sees how great, like, your Ronaldos, your Messis, and again, the exposure of Instagram, everyone now is seeing just the good things that people do.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're watching, like Sancho, bad boy ball.
Oh
like,
my lord.
but you only see the good things. In that same game, he might make 6 bad passes.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's just human. But because he trumps it with this, and you see only this good stuff, everyone's like that's the standard that every 20-year-old has to be now. It's like, dude, this guy's special.
Exactly.
Like,
You're discrediting the boy. You're discrediting Sancho.
Mm.
I think, Vujicic was a massive prick. I'm
But
actually.
so was I. I was a bit of a troll. I was more of a troll, but still a bit of a prick though.
And do you know what the killer is? I feel
see,
bad.
one thing I don't understand. You can probably help me. I don't understand this trolling business.
It's attention.
It's
I'll give you-
tension.
I-
It's insecurities.
I'm gonna say right now, it's attention.
100%. Like.
So imagine like
But what happens if you bump into the wrong person and you get a
They
different
don't think
kind of
about it.
attention?
They don't think
about
it.
what you're thinking about is.
Can I
I
get a
think
reaction?
I want to go from my own. Let's say like me, my. Past.
Can I get a reaction from him?
Yes, it's reaction.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Oh, I'm bored. Whatever.
Mhm.
Restless.
Oh, okay.
What can I do now to? Oh, that's what I think a lot of people are. But
Yeah.
restless. Like now, I'm definitely not
Right.
as restless. I'm much more at peace with myself, and I enjoy
Again,
that.
I think it's just because I come from an era before internet
Yeah.
that I just wouldn't say them things. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like a lot of it is let's prod him, let's prod him,
Bro,
let's prod
100.
him.
I'm still
But the thing is, it depends on what you say. Because I see where you're coming from. See the disrespectful things.
Yeah.
I wasn't really on that.
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah,
like
no.
cussing man's mums and no.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
agree with
yeah,
that. Like,
yeah,
I'm-
But that's
I
what I'm
think-
saying. It's changed now
Yeah.
because it's got to that. Like
I
beforehand,
reckon
it
that-
just used to be your shit.
Your shit. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
That's what I used. That's
Cool.
that's
Like,
me.
I
I
genuinely
say
look at it and go,
that's
oh,
me.
cool.
Yeah,
But
that's
now
what
I feel like it starts
Personal.
going personal.
That's it, I think
People
that's-
start going like, I've had people talk about my kids and that in things,
Right.
and I'm like, I literally have to like write what I'm gonna write. Excuse me,
Yeah.
delete it and then go. Nah, that's what they want. That's what they
No, but
want.
that's it. That's what I'm saying. Is like if these people, let's say we used to do it on a lesser level, but still
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
is in everything stupid I've said online was a lot of the time. I just want a reaction,
Yeah.
whatever it was, whether it's like,
Because you draw
I
out
just
that
want
reaction and then that
like-
builds you, don't it?
But I can even
The
make it
class
deeper than
clown
that.
role is that is you're always like got some attention. That's
But it's
it.
deeper than that.
But then
for me.
trolls are like the ones that are like personal. I think it's like they have those same insecurities
Yeah.
in themselves,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to deal with that.
And
So
they
they
reflect.
go
That's me.
and they look for
me.
in you.
What
They
you-
sense
what
it because at the end of the day, it is all energy.
Mm.
They're sensing where's his weak point. All right, he might be. I think he's a bad boy. I think. All right, his mum, his
Yeah.
dad. Like
Yeah.
he's
I'm
tough.
not gonna lie.
How can I get his?
That was the thing with.
and then you go bang.
Your man,
it's
filthy
fucked.
fellas. I forget his name. I don't mean to be
Oh, Miles.
Miles. Yeah. I
Well,
don't mean
Miles
to
is
be-
an idiot though.
No,
I love him.
I don't mean that bad. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I kind of just done with it when I spoke to him. It was dumb.
Yeah.
But even at that, it was laughs and jokes. And I've messaged him directly. I was like, "Is this jokes? If it's jokes, I appreciate what you guys do." And you know, and he was like, "Yeah, it's just that." And then obviously, you know, Teeth, who's with me, when we come to your thing, just booked up with him. Everything cool, yeah. But then obviously we took that picture. Then he posted again. I knew that's a joke.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But he knows as well.
of course.
Miles
Yeah,
knows,
that's what I'm saying. But
yeah.
I'm just talking genuinely from my perspective. And then straight away, you saw what he put on there.
Who, Milesy?
No, what T put on there.
What did he put?
It was like, he atted you was like, tell your boy don't do this because you know it's this. And I'm like, take that down. Like, what's wrong
Oh
with that?
yeah. I remember.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I
Because
remember. That
I'm
was
saying
funny.
this
Oh,
is
your boy.
this is what annoys me. Like annoys me with the internet is because who's around me. Again, I don't hang out with a lot of people, but who's around me, they're willing to do more for me than I'm willing to do for myself.
Okay.
So I always go like, oh, guys, let's just not.
It's
Like,
okay.
and that's why I don't understand the troll thing. So I'm like, can you explain to me so I can explain to them?
I reckon
Because
it's
my
that-
friends are all older than me.
All right. So you see
Do you
that?
get what I mean?
That one person you're speaking about there. They've had a mad. They've grown up in a mad world. You know.
No,
like,
no,
they've
no,
grown
yeah,
up mad.
Yeah.
So like I've grown up with and around them,
Mm-hmm.
and we, like I said, we weren't exposed to the internet. Or that we didn't see the dangers of it. Like, so in our minds, it's like we're the kings of our area. You man can't tell us anything.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
down here if there's anything. Do you know what I mean? So we would express ourselves within that way.
No, you know
feeling
what? You
out.
can do dumb stuff. I remember one time.
do dumb stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Shout out to Trap Star, absolute legend.
Well,
I remember this one time. I was like, this is Facebook days, isn't it? I don't even use Facebook anymore. And I was telling you, I just in my head, I was like, everything's funny.
This is what I'm saying.
Bro, so I would be like, oh my god, everything's funny.
Yes.
Like, everything's jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Because
like
everyone you're around is like taking everything
like,
funny.
I remember like Rihanna was wearing Trapstar,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember you going on Facebook and being like, "Ah ha ha!" Like you men are getting good at Photoshop. Allow it, fam.
Imagine it.
Now I got the message from Mikey was like, "Fam, what's this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No," but me like I didn't. In my head, I was
Yeah.
like, "That wasn't trolling. I was like, "We just I don't know how to laugh. I want to be friends with people." And then when I saw you, like, "Oh shit, people take stuff differently," and I slowly started learning. Oh, you can't. You need to know people before you can
100%.
and then build a rapport, and maybe you can joke like
And do you
that,
know what the
or-
problem is as well? Because one of the places
You know.
I feel really bad, a couple of places, like Wolby and Chamberlain, they are top people.
Yeah,
like
nice
proper
kids, man.
top people. So when I look back at some of my videos, and I'm always going,
And
I've never
we've done dumb shit. Now I'm remembering dumb shit, Paul.
but we don't take it serious. But you know the killer is. Because I see him so much, but he doesn't see me. I feel like I know him, but I don't actually know him. Like I don't know him. I don't know nothing about him really. But both of them are top guys. So when I look at some of the things I've said, I'm like, do you know what? If I just said some of the funniest stuff and not all the other stuff, it probably wouldn't be so bad. But man comes across as a snake. I'll see you one brother. Then like 3 weeks later, you're rubbish. It's like, bro, there's no consistency to me.
Now we still do it a little bit, but it's more on our show. It's like it's more humor. We're having a good time.
But what I'm saying is you can look at it and understand it.
That is humor.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? That is humor and stuff.
Like
so.
Specs is a prime example of
Specs.
nothing is. If anyone takes anything Specs as serious, that's a personal problem. He is an.
I
fool.
don't know that guy. But again, the guy we were speaking about before, he knows him, innit? And I was like,
he knows me.
I was like, right, this dude buns me all the time, you know? Like, what's up with him? He's like, nah, that's just how he is. Oh, okay, cool.
He will cut.
Do you get what I mean? Like that. That's just when my thing
yeah.
is, if I don't understand something, I either confront it or I completely back away from it. Is that was how I was before. Now when I get in that weird space of grey area, I don't like grey. Black, white, I don't like grey area. Do you know what I mean? But so when I was like, wait, he's bullying me for jokes, and I genuinely, I watch filthy fellas like you, like, I like laugh at it. Told you this before. From how long's filthy fellas been going?
2014 now. 5
Yeah,
years.
that's what I'm saying. So I've been watching that 3-4 years.
Whoa.
And I used to watch because I think it was
when Leon Knight was there.
Yeah, 90, because he was running Twitter at one point. He was going mad on people.
Crazy, bro.
But no, it was something. I think it might have been early last year, when we did the Tottenham game, and I went shoulder to shoulder with Sanchez, and I bugsed him, and then that was kind of a segment in which he was talking about. And then someone said something, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Troy actually watches it. And I was like, I'd love to get in the comments and just go, been watching.
Fam, we would have.
Do you know what I mean? And I was like,
crazy.
but then like obviously I see Steve-O around.
Great guy.
Legend. Like
great
me and
guy.
Steve-O met in Marvin's hat factory, Fresh Ego.
Oh, seriously? Yeah,
Yeah,
Marvin, another great
like
guy,
you're
another
talking
one.
like years ago.
Whoa.
That's what I mean. So I don't know him for anything other than that was the guy that I met in there. He was the one that introduced me to Snapchat. 'Cause I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, he's killing that.
Do you get what I
He's
mean?
a
Like
legend.
that was. To me, I take people off that encounter. I can't take him off the funny stuff he does online and all that because I don't know that person. I know the person I met in the hat factory for that 35 minutes. And we just chatted and he was just going, oh yeah, this is what I do. This is what I'm about. Oh, sit man, you provide for your family. Anything I can help you out with, look after yourself.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's
a
mad
man.
funny.
Oh god.
You know what
He's
we're doing
mad
again.
funny.
We're going right. We're doing it again.
Sorry.
No, it's not. I'm just thinking of the title. I'm like, fuck, what do I write in the title?
Just look at you.
No, but even me, like we're having a good time, and I think that's what you do when you're having a proper conversation. You're just
that's what it should be.
You're
That's
not
the
really
title,
planning
the proper conversation.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Conversation.
Talking about that, one thing I do want to talk about. Look,
No, talk about whatever, bro.
what was the thinking behind you coming and saying what you said about Arsenal? Was that something you had thought for a long period of time and just thought, that's it, I'm saying it, scrap
What
it?
did you say about Arsenal?
No cojones, like we were.
Oh, no
very
cojones.
big- No
Bro,
cojones.
do you know why I said cojones? Genuinely.
That was funny
Because I
though.
was going to swear. I was going to say they shit themselves. And I went, and God to the truth, I watched Sopranos before the game.
Yeah.
And that word obviously just
Cojones.
stuck
You're like,
in my head. And I've just got to go, bong, said it. I don't think about anything I'm doing. Honestly, you asked me my opinion on that game at that time, at that moment.
That's what's getting
That's
me.
sick.
Cool. This is what I think. And you could see them all. I can't remember who was on the panel. It was like a panel in the BT studio. And they all went, and I'm like, what? What have I got to be worried about?
Nothing.
Genuinely,
You
what
can't-
have I
a
got to
man
be worried
can't
about?
say no cojones, and people are like,
It's the reason why I don't like. Do you know what? I've had loads of opportunities to be on television, a few, and I've always say no because it's like this is the only place I can actually have.
And people even like, let's say on Twitter, someone was say to us or DM me like, oh, I can't wait to the day on match of the day. I can't wait for the day. Or I'm like, bro, I don't really know if I want to be on there.
Because the thing is, unless you're consistently on there, like Shearer or Lineker, you can then explain yourself.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
100.
Because if you just go a one-off, like me going on that Arsenal game is a 2-minute conversation.
Yeah.
I had a conversation the other day. Arsenal have been sick in the transfer market this window.
Oh, amazing.
No one wants to say Troy said good things.
No.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a real good transfer window, looking like a proper team.
I feel like I was gonna say.
You get what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying within that is like, I literally just said, in that moment you would 1-0 up.
We lost 2-1.
We lost 2-1. Bottled it. That could be said against Watford. Could be said against Man United. Could be said against everyone.
It's what happened at the end.
It's just what happened in that moment. You get what I mean? It happened in that moment at that time,
100.
and it's like I said that 2.5 years ago. And the last time we played Arsenal, it was brought up again in the paper. And you're like, you're like, this is...
2 years ago you said it.
Yeah.
I
And
remember.
they're still bringing it up.
Yeah, they asked Emre in his press conference, what do you think about Troy's comments?
Give it a rest.
And you know when you're like, what does he know about it?
I'll be real though, television, they and I mean no disrespect when I say
Live
this.
Vision.
Tell Lies Vision is a massive part of it. It's Tell Lies Revision, and then people make up the saying "seeing is believing." Absolute nonsense. I saw my parents together for a long time. They weren't happy.
Yeah.
I just think
Big facts. Big facts.
But the pundits and everyone associated with television, I know this is gonna sound mad arrogant,
Apart from you.
but myself and Vuj have influenced the decisions they make today, because I've been watching Sky since it first started. I remember the first goal by Teddy Sheringham on Sky Sports, watching football since my dad used to sit me down and watch it. And all of the presenters were clean cut, suits. We don't want to disrespect. We have to always respect the game, gentlemanly. Bro, myself and Vuj, yes, we may have, and like I said, first men over the hill. Maybe I might have been really bad and Filthy Fellas was really raw. But bro, Vuj told me something and it's true. Things need to get really bad before they can get any better sometimes. So we just went, boom, we scaled ourselves back. And I think television has recognised the influence of the internet and saying, do you know what?
Come on.
Let's try and get Troy Deeney here to say, like, bro. Honestly, I think TV's trash. I think Roy Keane's good. I think Jose Mourinho's good. Carragher's good.
Souness is good.
Neville. Sky are good. Sky
I like, you know why I like
Rio's
Souness?
good.
Because I've met him in real life and he's exactly the same. He don't care.
Oh, I don't think
Bro,
Souness is good, sorry.
he don't care.
But I don't think Souness is good though.
Why?
I don't think so. I think Souness is an individual who may be like that, but it doesn't make him right and appropriate.
No,
Just
100%
like
not.
the
But
Pogba
I just like the fact that he goes on there.
Yeah.
This is what I think.
Yeah,
But it's like,
you just like people being
but it's not
You know
even,
what I mean?
but it's not
That's
backed
what I
up
like.
by anything. Like even the comments he made about Moise Keane, it's like he uses when he used to play football, and when he played football,
Yeah, I agree
Jesus
with
used
that.
to play
I do-
right back.
yeah,
and
I
just
agree
think,
with that.
bro, like you can't be saying
I agree.
things about Moise Keane and the character he is. You don't even know the kid.
At the same time, I understand. I fully understand what you're saying, but at the same time, that's like you can't have the Michael Jordan LeBron conversation then. You can't have it because of the time zones, the eras in which they play. When Souness played, it was proper men playing football. You got the shit kicked out of you.
You did.
And that's what a lot of it is referred back to. If you really listen to what he said, he's always saying, in my day, it's not because he's going in 1970 whatever. He's literally going, in my day, we would have clamped him.
But I don't mind
And then
that.
he would have had to get up and
But
come
I'll tell
back
you
with
what I do,
something.
man. The Keane situation, and I really felt strongly about this. He accused Moise Keane of having certain characteristics, and that's the reason why Juventus sold him. But the truth of the matter is, the market is so mad now that you're gonna have to sell players in order to make money, in order for you to get other players in.
At the same time,
It's
you
just
got, again, I'm with you. I'm like, let's just do his opinion. Do you
You
know what
don't
I mean?
think it goes deeper.
I don't think it's a literal look at him. I don't like him, so I'm going to say
No,
this.
I understand
Yeah,
that, but I
yeah,
just
yeah.
feel like if
I
your
get what you're
opinion is backed by absolutely nothing, and you're sitting on television, you get about 1 million
Bro,
to 2
how
million
many people
views.
do?
But you know, there's loads
Come
of
on,
memes.
and again, I don't mean
That's
to go back
true.
to Arsenal, but Arsenal fan TV. I love Troops, DT, Robbie, all my peoples.
Yeah.
How much of them talk shit? Come on,
76%.
Not
We-
Troops. Troops my guy.
Troops is my guy as well. But there is
I like
games where there is nothing for him to get hyped up about, and he gets hyped up about it.
He's changed, you know.
No, he's changing.
He's changed completely. I got
little
to give him.
bit, innit?
Yeah, he's
Troops,
changed.
I'm gonna look straight at the cat. I'm talking to you. You know I love you, and we've had
course,
nothing
yeah.
but chats. Him, DT, they're all working towards bigger and better. And I'm the guy that says, salute you. If I can help you, I'm going to help you. What that has now happened on Arsenal Fan TV, which was my point.
Yeah.
How many people come on now and want to be?
Yes.
How many people come on now and want to be?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So, but they're still getting 200,000-300,000 views or whatever it is, talking shit, piggybacking. So why do you not think they're not going to do it at the top?
Because I feel like...
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just
to
think
go back
at
to
the
your
top,
original point. Why would they not go? Well, you're getting
because
views,
you know why?
hits, this. Why am I not going to learn off that and take a little bit and put it into what I'm doing?
attention.
Then get them people. I just
it's
think
an attention economy right now.
It is, but do you know what it is?
100%.
I understand why people
Why is
Which I don't really like, but
Yeah, why is Robbie Savage so good on talk shows?
yeah,
Because he's going to say something completely
nonsense.
off the chart that's going to make you get infuriated and phone in.
Yeah.
Donny said once I was world class. Do you know what it's for me? Yeah, I just think. I think everything in life.
I remember that.
I always judge things in life based upon the information that's accessible to you.
100,
So if you are
100%.
in the world of football to the point where you're sitting in front of Sky cameras and that can be your point, I'm just like my brother.
But then you got to remember, so I've worked with Sky a few times. You get a stat pack given to you. I can make up any stat that makes me the best header of the ball ever. When Troy jumps off his left leg, he wins every header. Jumps off his right leg, he wins. Do you get what I mean? Like you can do it that way. So within having a stat pack and information, you still have to form an opinion of what
it is,
of what is genuinely how you see the game.
That's fair enough.
And you might like a centre half. Like say as a kid you play centre back.
Yeah.
I played right winger, you played as striker. You're gonna look at that centre half and go, he's shit because my movement would have done this, and this against him. Do you get what I mean? And you're gonna view that striker. You don't move, so as a centre half, I would have loved to play against him. Do you get what I mean? There's all these different aspects.
What are you thinking now about the title?
Go on.
Making mistakes, finding peace and life with Troy Deeney. I think I've got it. So
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm having combos and thinking. I've got like 6 people in my head.
I'm about to say that's a talent, you know.
Callum,
Bro.
what time
No,
do you have to go?
it's my head's somewhere else. For
We've got 12 minutes before I've got to go.
Is it?
is it?
Minutes?
Sick.
Well, we can roll to the end of that.
What time is
Yeah.
it? What time is it?
20 past 4.
How long have we been going for?
We were going for hour and 20.
Nice.
That's
nice.
It's easy
flow,
though,
man.
isn't it? Yeah.
Easy.
The only reason I say I got to pick my boys coming down on the train.
No,
so I'm
I
going to
can't.
pick them up from the station.
Well, we've got to get ready to leave in 5 minutes anyway, so I'll go to half glass, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banging. Just content.
Bro, you're winning. I want to say as well, just on the record, we said it privately. You two are killing it, man. Honestly,
Thank you.
you showed a lot
Appreciate
of people good stuff in terms of how to maneuver in not just in this industry, in other industries. Freaking clothing, MTV raps. It's big. And like I don't think enough people champion the good people. Do you get what I mean? We're very quick to go, he's a dickhead or he's doing this. You man are good guys and you're winning, man. I just want to say I appreciate you guys from the start.
Yeah.
Thank
I think that's
you,
one
bro.
thing we've always. I don't like screaming from the rooftops about what I do. I like to just live my life and I do things. And then if it comes off, it comes off. It doesn't. And then but it's very nice to hear that.
But I think you have to have again balance.
You need
so
balance.
you're sitting there going, I've looked internally, I've done this, I've done that to do, but also off the back end of that, this is what's come of it.
Yeah.
You're making true friendships now.
Yeah.
Righty, Rio, myself, we're not coming to sit here because we want to. Do you know what I mean? We do it off the strength of what you two are about.
Appreciate that.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I
Like,
appreciate that.
I don't. Again, we don't have to be here.
You don't.
There's many other different things I could have done in the meantime. Could have got a trim. Could have done anything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, as soon as you asked, it's done.
No,
I
it's
think you
lovely.
said that to you, innit?
Bro, I couldn't
Wait, let me get the
You don't even get-
conversation up.
Yeah. Troy, what you need to know is that me
Brother.
and Vuj are pure football fans. When me and Vuj were talking about football on Twitter, there was me, Vuj, I think Scorcher, Tinchy Strider,
Yeah.
and Femfel.
Scorch
no
has
one
always been on it.
spoke about football. It wasn't a popular
Yeah.
thing. So 7 years down the line in our journey together, making content, bro, I'm sitting with you,
Yeah.
like Rio,
I'd say 3 people that we really admire
proper
in your living
admire.
room getting delivery from the window.
This is mad,
But I
bro.
think that's maybe a lesson. I mean, maybe that's a good way to start ending it. Is like advice for young people, and even from your end of how do you, if you're going through a struggle, find that peace? How do you find that happiness? How do we, as people that have been creating for 8 years, stay true to ourselves, even with the challenges we faced? You know, those are kind of like, I think young people need to hear more and more of those stories.
100. This is the combo.
So
Anyway.
your combo, I want to stitch you up a little bit as well here, by the way, because you asked for tickets off the back of it as well.
I know.
Don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah,
That's
fam,
the one
I was
thing.
like, do you know what? Let me just ask.
So you sent me the voice note. I won't play it. But you sent me a voice note and then showed me the link to the writing one.
Yeah,
I thought, yeah, I watched it already.
Oh, sick.
I couldn't believe it.
And I literally put, I've watched it already, bro. What day you thinking? And we'll make it work.
That was
And
bad.
FYI, you don't have to ask me. Just tell me when and where.
I couldn't, like, bro, that response there,
Yeah, it's real.
you need to
Yeah.
understand, Troy Deeney, as much as I know you see, you're a very honest and real person, to me, you're still Troy Deeney. I still respect you as a man, as a professional footballer, any facet of life you take yourself, I proper fully respect it. So, when you've said, I've seen it already, I messaged you straight away. I can show you, I messaged you like, bro, he's seen it. Troy Deeney's seen it, because
I follow YouTube. Think about it. I'm not that guy that follows everyone as well. There's like family members I don't follow, but
Yeah,
I follow
I'm on
you like because you're interesting to me. Your journey is interesting, and if you can keep me locked in for an hour and 20 minutes or however long it
That
is,
is good though. To be
that
fair,
to me is like right. That's a true statement because even if you look at like Joe Rogan, who's probably the best in the
Very
business at the
good,
moment.
very good,
He still has to do snippets. Do you get what I mean? If you go on YouTube, his full conversation probably won't make up as much as his snippets of what he does.
Yeah.
I'll sit and watch all your thing. I have it on in the car. Like we were literally driving to the NFL game when you sent it me. And my missus was like, "I'll put it on." And I ain't said it. Had it on in the car.
That's sick.
Just played through the car.
Oh.
So we go to the NFL launch the other week. We was genuinely chatting then. We heard it was messaging you back.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, I'm telling her
so
what to.
happy we started.
I'm telling her what to say. Like and she's just like boom, 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 boom. All right, can we watch it? Yeah, comes through the car.
That's a YouTube I love. But when I see you guys, I'm just so, I don't know. Bro. I'm just so happy, bro. I
That's
love
lit,
them
innit?
as a couple, bro. I swear down.
But the thing is, you know what I love the best of what the message I'm trying to show, with, especially with her, is like you could go to any event, you know, with your missus. You know, as lads, you used to separate,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, yeah.
Now, this is a bad thing, or this is this. I'm like, I go with her, and we just chill and have a good time. We like, remember your thing? I'm stood in the corner at the way, back up against the wall, in this hood place, you know, like bare different people,
man them were
and I'm
there.
like, right, cool. I'm with my missus.
I like that.
Do you know what I
though.
mean? Like,
But you don't understand.
I like
Everyone
that.
I spoke to in the venue,
yeah.
if you know the ratings, they would like nothing would ever happen because as far as I'm concerned, if someone told me to trouble you,
No, one did that.
Oh,
Everyone will go
no,
mad.
of course.
No, but I mean, it's
I
like-
didn't mean it for that. I just meant it from the perspective
Of
of
like going out with
it
your
was
missus.
like that's what my missus.
No, but I'm
and
saying to
everyone was just like, "Nah, that's sick, you know."
How
Nah,
do
man,
you know
them-
when it's the right one? You gotta tell us. You gotta be
that's
honest.
Oh,
Nah, yeah. That's what we. Yeah. I need to
that's how,
learn.
do you know what?
that's some bad practice, bro.
Me
Honestly,
as
I didn't know. You know when people go, "Oh, you met the right one," and the whole world changed. Like, weren't that like we've figured it out? And I'm at this. I have this thing with people. And I'm like, I don't think anyone's made for anyone. It's just somebody you're gonna go. I can learn to deal with her bullshit, and she's gonna learn to deal with mine. Because realistically, I bet there's things I do. I snore, so I bet that annoys her head. Like there's things that she just puts up with, but you see the good in someone, and that's what I see with her. Like she won't like being spoke about, but she's gone through a lot in her life and come out of it the other end, and I think that's where we both. Because when we first started chatting, she was like, "Troy, that prick off TV." She's an Arsenal fan. The prick
No
off,
way.
Yeah, prick off TV. Nah, I had to then show her like, nah, that's just the persona that I let people see. This person here you're seeing this is me. And then over months and like our first date was in Nando's. In Croydon Nando's.
No way.
Yeah.
If you want to go, let me know.
Just literally just pulled up there and we sat and chatted for an hour and 20 minutes. We didn't even order food, we just sat there and chatted. Do you get what I mean? And that's what it is. Just finding out about who she is, what I'm about. And you just kind of go, alright, left, dropped her back home, didn't do nothing, no kissing, no nothing, just left. Within 10 minutes, I'm like, can I call you? Because I didn't want to leave her company, do you get what I mean? She's like, yeah, cool. And we just started chatting again for another 3 hours. And that's how it kind of built along the way. It's the understanding within it first. Sorry, baby, in advance.
Can I say one more thing though? Is it because one thing I look at is the lot of the relationships, Ruja's seen most of them. I've been in a really bad place and then put myself in a situation which could potentially make things a lot worse for me. Is it more about it also when you align yourself with someone else, making sure that you're in a good space as well?
Yeah, again, you had to figure it out. It goes back to the early part of the conversation, what's normal. Her branding of normal and what my brand of normal was completely different. So for me, in past relationship was literally like, finish the game, I said, I'm going out, you know. Get back, see the kids for literally 20 minutes. Yeah, daddy's going out now, bang, out. that's it. I'll see you Sunday and we'll discuss things and do all of that on a Sunday. Whereas now, still go out as and when I want, but I'll go to her like, I'm going to go out on Saturday. I can't tell her Saturday I'm going out. It's like, no, we're going to discuss this because if you're going out, cool. Just let me know, innit? Because I can plan to bring the girls round, I could do this, I could do that. It's more of a partnership than it is an actual relationship. And that's kind of where we've got to. It's a point of like, you want to do it. And that's where she used to break me down. Like, no, you can't come and go as you please. You can't tell me what you're doing. We discuss things. You want to do something? Cool. We'll see the pros, cons. That's it. And I'm literally now in business ventures and everything, I sit down with her and go, what do you think of this? And she'll go,
that's amazing.
Yes,
man.
no, I don't know. It's just one of them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
thank you.
We're still on our journey, and I think especially with the ladies, it's always. I used to be a big relationship guy, so like those were my biggest escapisms.
Yeah,
for
I get what you're
relationships, but they've
But
definitely
you know what
taught me a
though?
lot.
And she actually posted this today. Sorry, I keep having to draw for Instagram because I'm not good.
There's no rules.
There's no rules, bro. Life this is so sick.
If
Look,
you know
on her thing, she put couples have dated for 10 years and then got married and divorced after a year. Strangers have effed on the first date and now celebrating 15 years anniversary. Some people get married after 6 months and they're still married. There's no formula to it.
Yeah, I think there's no problem with anything.
There's no. I can tell you right now. I
There
won't
is
say
no
his name.
formula, innit?
My friend had a one night stand with a girl. They've been together for 4 years. They are probably one of the happiest couples I've ever seen in my life. They do everything together. They're so, and they just always cool. Like there's no art. Well, from what I see anyway, and I'm around them. There's like what Vuj said about yourself and your partner. There's just a nice energy, man.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. She'll cuss me out better than most.
But that's what you want.
That's what you want.
But that's what like when my mum first met her, so I was mad. Like my mum's like my queen. My mum and my nan like just they're on a
So your mummy's boy as well.
Yeah, 100%. I put them on a different planet to everybody else. So I
Don't
really.
Callum, 1 minute.
Sorry, Callum. I literally made her like wait to meet my mum. So when she met my mum, like they got on like house on fire, and literally 10 minutes I'd been out of the room, come back in. Mum's like, she's the one, you know. I mean, what do you mean? She's like, literally, you need her. She don't need you. You need her.
You need me, man.
And I was like, oh. And that for me, if my mum's giving you that seal of approval, then I'm like, all right.
It's in the game, innit?
Yeah, it's done, innit? 3-0 past the pad. Just keep
I can't
it
lie.
moving.
When I find a situation, I'm like, I'm comfortable with this. I'm coming to your house. Mummy, say, Mummy, what do you think?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do now as well. My mum, you gotta give me the real now. Because before I'd be like, I like this girl. No.
Yeah,
like,
you kind of, that's what I'm saying. You
I
force
know.
it on your family, innit? Like they have
and
to
they're
like
like,
it.
yeah, they're cool. Like, yeah, they're fine. And then after a while, you're like, shit. But it's good. You have to learn.
Yeah, of
You have
course.
to go down, as we said, to go up. I don't know, maybe end it on, we're going to end on something which we want to end it on. But any tips for the young people kind of listening to this?
Yeah.
And
What, just in life?
yeah, life, man. We've done a lot of life today, but
Yeah, you know what? Start thinking more. I think we live in a generation where people don't think, they act and then go. You know, like, again, I touched on that. Top Boy was sick. Congratulations to everyone involved in that. I just think that people go, that's cool. Or that's what I know. We need to start highlighting, and I think that's a big thing I want to do in my podcast as well is get people from quote unquote normal backgrounds and just go, look, think about it, understand what it is, and you can still be winning doing something else. You know, like you don't have to be top trapper or the biggest bad man, and because like there's a key point in Top Boy when he says, in Kano says there's always going to be someone else. There's always a next one. There's always like when my dad used to say, if you don't learn, you'll feel.
Yeah.
Because you want to be a bad boy at school, there's always a badder person.
You don't learn your feel.
So you don't learn, you'll feel. And I just think that people now need to understand that so many possibilities with internet, normal jobs, anything. There's so many endless possibilities to be your own boss. Don't limit yourself just by seeing the short term, start thinking long term. That would be my thing.
That's why I love how you touched upon that. We've said normal quite a few times. We've also said it's a subjective thing, and the kind of like, even you don't have to be a footballer. You don't even have to be a YouTuber. We're just here doing our thing, and it shows you that you can do your thing, whatever that is. Because I met a dude, and even like happiness and success, it doesn't even correlate. I'd say.
Yeah.
I met a dude in New York.
Last point.
This is what I'm sorry, I'm going to show you your goal.
Yeah.
Bruv, this guy is from Serbia. He used to work in the police force. Most peaceful, loving guy ever. So high energy. I thought he was on drugs when I met him in New York. He was like, no, Carl, I follow you on Instagram. I'm going to give you some football shirts. Gave me a full bag of football shirts. Some 1996 rare Red Star.
Wow.
A bag, bro. He works in a hotel as a porter, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you like? He was like, no, I'm happy, man. Like, look at me. I'm here alive. Da, da, da. And I feel happy talking about him. When I was there, I left his company. I was like, he's a normal guy, and he's inspired me more. It's such a rare energy.
It's refreshing though, because of where we're at now, everything is. I say this as well. I know we gotta go. No one can be cool no more. I either hate you or I love you. Yeah. That's either my bestie or my bae or all these different. Can't just be cool. Like, we have a difference of opinion. All right, cool.
We need more of that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I disagree. I understand your points. These are my points. Don't really believe it, but all right, cool. I like that. I just carry on moving.
Yeah. There's too much of that.
But there's so much now. Like I say, it goes back to MySpace days. Remember when you used to have a top 5?
Oh,
I'm not in the top 5. I hate you, and that, like, it took me out of the top 5. That must mean I don't like him. You know when you're like, really, like that? But that's just literally carried on now. Like, if you don't comment on pictures, you don't care, or if you don't double tap and like a comment, and then if you don't say happy birthday on this, I'm like, dude, I'm busy, man.
I'll be honest with you, I don't care though. When people say to me, "Don't you care?" I'm like, no.
Why should you?
I'm still learning. I feel like this is always a process though, because especially these apps and stuff, they're always trapping you in. Because even Instagram's a slot machine. They said when they made it in Silicon Valley or whatever, it's a slot machine mechanics where you wait. Slot machines. It's literally tailored off slot machines. Yeah. So you
can still control that. So like the same way if you went to a bookies, you don't go and put your life savings in. You go, I can play with this. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. But that's that element of finding that.
But whereas I go now,
control.
I search what my friends have done. Because naturally your guys' stuff will come up anyway, your blue tick, so it will naturally come up on my feed. Yeah. So I won't really see what my friends have done. So I'll type
is that what happens?
Yeah, they do.
Algorithms,
the algorithms over there. If you're blue ticks, you'll naturally see. So you might see something I posted 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And it'll come up, but if you actually look, it says 2 days.
Yeah, I see that. I just thought it was a random thing.
So now I purposely type in my friend's stuff to make sure that I haven't missed it and be like, yo.
That's what I was thinking of doing. Unfollow everyone and then just type when you want to search for someone. I was even thinking of that. Then you can actually find really like when you think of someone rather than it always being in your face.
I try and simmer it down to who I follow now.
Yeah.
Like that, who motivates me.
It's interesting.
Yeah, who makes me get.
We live in a mad time.
I don't search for no one on Instagram. I'm not interested in what people are doing. I look at my timeline and I look at my Instagram and then I'm out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But on my timeline, so now I've got like I follow The Rock. I follow like Gary Vaynerchuk.
You like him, Gary V?
Sick.
He's a man, isn't it?
Is he got Birmingham? I spoke to him directly as well a couple of times.
He DM'd me once a wink. I was like, bro, what does this mean? But I think it's like,
wait, do you not like him?
It's mad.
Sorry? You don't like him?
No, I love him.
Someone I know can't stand him.
But you know what? Gary V's like, I can relate because he's the Eastern European guy who's grown up in New York, done his thing, and he's so. But Americans different though. Bro.
I like his thing because again, he does what? Again, I know we gotta go. He does a lot of things with culture, so he openly says, "I'm doing really well in life, but I need you guys. I need to tap into." He actually says it.
He's open,
and that's why I rate it, because other people won't say that, but they'll go and right. We need to get, I don't know, Stormzy for this campaign. We need to get this for that campaign.
He's actually transparent.
Yeah, everyone's doing it.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's true.
And that's how it is.
He's transparent.
Yeah, and that's why I like him, because he talks about everything, and then I try to take what. Even in this, I'll leave here now and try to say, what can I do from this conversation to add to my day-to-day life? That's what I try and take from people to add to my world. I don't listen to everything and go, I need to change and be him. I'll be like, that bit I agreed with, that bit I didn't agree with. Why didn't I agree with that? All right, let me do a bit of research and do it that way.
So that's patience. Well, that's we gotta go. Fuck. Yeah,
that's
you gotta go.
That's the conversation. We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. Sorry,
what's the title?
What's the title? I think we keep it the same.
Yeah, you got.
What did I say again? I said
it's recorded, so it's alright.
Cool. I
had the title. You got the title, innit?
I had the title. You got it. I said it at some point. Leave a comment what the title is. I don't even know, but. Yeah, that was sick. But no, we could have probably. We were doing it again.
We could do it whenever.
We were going on the motorway again.
But what we'll do next time, we'll come with a scripted conversation and we'll start from there.
Yeah,
so we like some talking points. Yeah.
No, because I had talking points
And then he just.
Then we all just sat down and it was like,
Yeah, it's gone out the window.
friends catching up.
Yeah, man.
But that was Troy Deeney. We absolutely enjoyed it. We hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. We went a bit all over the place, but I hope you've taken something from that. Like, comment, subscribe, and whatever you need to do. Or don't do it.
You do not have to wear these in the game. You never have to wear them at all. You can never ever wear them. I don't care.
When I put my feet,
truth is,
when I put my boots back on, these will be the first, and I'll post them.
bro, I'll be honest with you. It's just the best thing I can say is football has
What
fully changed my life.
Do you know
bro.
what the best thing about this is though?
It's lit.
When I saw them, I was so pissed. I was like, Adidas. I was like, these are elite.
Uh,
This is me though. It's simple but classic, innit?
Do you know, it's just
I
not
hope
for
that
you to-
don't be disrespectful to your shoes. But
No,
I like,
do you know
when
what
I
it
look at it,
is?
it's
I just want you
classic.
to have it because honestly, football's changed my life, bro. And even this right here has completely changed my perspective. And it's just like
great convo.
I proper appreciate you
I
coming.
appreciate
I
you.
proper
Thank you.
appreciate like you helping
Thank
me
you,
in
man.
Vuj. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, thank you very much.
It means
It's
so much to
appreciated.
me, fam.
You know that
Thank you,
anytime,
Troy,
man.
man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Cameraman,
well,
appreciate you as well.
thank you, Callum. Little thumbs up from the camera. You ever show your face? Yeah, my guy.
Have
Yeah.
a nice.
Happy, have a nice.
Oh, nice, bro.
You have to say it, Troy.
I was the one who's.
Oh
I
shit!
teed it up.
I can't lie, my ears are a myth, bro.
Bro,
I need to go to the doctor.
try to get up, you know.
I teed it up. He's like, Troy, you gotta say it. Right. Nah.
What?
No, I genuinely like they're gone.
Is it?
Yeah.
To all the planes you're on, bro.
Bro,
Up
it's
and down,
peak.
yeah.
It's the clubs as well. Anyway, thank you, Ran. And
Nah,
yeah,
thank
guys,
you.
see you very soon. Mad love. Yeah, mad. Woo.
I'm so gassed, bro.